This thing right here might be the most underrated piece of gear in filmmaking today. We all chase motion, but sometimes stillness is what actually gives your work the real power. Everyone talks about gimbals, drones, and so on, and I use this too. But lately I've been coming back to this, a simple tripod. It's kind of crazy how underrated it has become, but if you watch any actual movies or documentaries or anything that's highly produced, you'll notice there's so many locked off shots. And the reason is because sometimes it's better to focus on the movement of the actual subject and to tell that story rather than just moving your camera around randomly. All right, I think you can hear me. There's a lot of traffic going behind me, but it should be all good. So a tripod definitely slows you down, and that's what people don't like usually. First of all, you have to carry it. At second, you can't just point your camera at something and shoot it, but you have to bring out the legs, put your camera up, point it, and waiting for something to happen, which is the whole point of shooting with a tripod. You start noticing lines, composition, light, so much more. And I still think to this day that composition has to be one of the most underrated things when it comes to filmmaking, because it can create such a magical look within your image. So definitely play around with composition and break the rules of composition, because that's where the fun begins. I've been absolutely loving all of this like weird tilted angle, just like this one, or super crazy top downs or super wide shots where the subject just sitting in the corner of the frame. I feel like all of these compositions allow you to get so creative with your shots, and all of this obviously needs a tripod. Because when you're making these scenes happening, you're not just shooting them, you're actually composing them. Everybody's guilty of moving the camera too much, me included. But sometimes the most powerful movement is within the frame itself. The subject walks in, sits down, maybe lays down, and we watch like an audience in a theater. And that tension, that intimacy, that's what we lose when we moving the camera all the time. A locked off shots invites the viewer to slow down, to actually notice. Now let's be clear, not every tripod is made for filmmaking. This, a photo tripod, it's lightweight, it's compact, you can put it in your bag, but when it comes to actually filming with this tripod, it's very uncomfortable because it's just not made for movement. While a proper video tripod, like this one, it's heavy, it's bulky, but when you put your whole setup on top of this tripod, it actually stays there. It's still, and this is what makes the difference between these two tripods. One gets you a shaky shot, one a cinematic one. Tripods also allow you to experiment with angles that honestly you wouldn't really do handheld. Set it low to the ground and the whole world around your subject becomes massive. Set it high and shoot straight into someone's eyeline. Put a long lens on your tripod to compress the space, and every time I do this, I find so many different ways of looking at the same scene, but from different angles and different perspectives. And the best part, you can steal inspiration. Just copy and study every single shot from your favorite movies and documentaries and try and recreate them, because that's the best way to learn. So yeah, next time you pack your bag, bring a tripod, not only for interviews or time lapses, but bring it to tell a better story without movement, but with a specific composition in mind. Practice, 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 because we're always chasing the next piece of gear and we forget that sometimes the most important one is right here, in a corner of a room, just collecting dust. So thanks so much guys for sticking around until here. Leave a like and subscribe as always, and I'll see you next week. See ya.